Hi, Saurabh.
Hi Shiba, what's up?
Welcome to Soul Brews with Shiba, and it's such a pleasure to have you on Coffee and Soul. Thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you so much, Shiba. And I must apologize to you and to everybody else watching that this is like the fifth time I think we had to change because I was not available. I'm typically not this busy, but it just happened, right? So can't help it.
It's being busy is a great thing, so I'm really delighted for you and very happy to have changed
Thank you.
the Soul Brew time. That's perfectly okay. Do you have your cup of coffee or tea ready, Saurabh?
So here's the thing, right, Shiba? If we recorded this conversation about 2 months ago, I would have had like some 20 coffees lined up here because I was a maniac. I would drink it like water, like some 20 cups a day. And so much so that everything in my house is like Starbucks. Like, this coaster is on my table, which is a
Yeah,
Starbucks.
yeah.
But I'm one of those people who wants to keep improving all the time. And I said, why do I have to rely on external stimulant like coffee to be at my peak, when I work? So I decided I'll quit coffee, and it's been a couple of weeks now, and yeah, so you can see dark circles already popping up in my eyes.
Uh,
So what
how
I
do you
moved
live
to is
without
soda.
coffee?
So I drink soda like water. So let's
So
see
you
how that
drink a
goes.
lot of soda now.
Yes.
Okay, so let us raise a cheer with.
Cheers to the soda. I love your cup. I love your cup.
Thank you. Here's to life. Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Welcome on Soul Brews. Mm. You already you already have a lot to do with Soul Brews, considering you guys publish it, you guys
Let,
work on it. So it's such a joy to have you here, and
let me start, right? I mean, it's always tough when a podcaster speaks to another podcaster because both of us cannot stop talking about our thing. So Shiva, I have to start by saying that you and I is one of those luckiest accidents that I've ever had in my life. In the sense that Rashi connected us, and
yes.
and Rashi and I first met, I think, 10 years ago, if I'm not wrong. And then we lost touch because she got busy with her life. I got busy with with my career. And then funnily, one fine day, she sent an email to a common group saying somebody help us with podcasting, and that's when I connected. And I think every interaction from there on with you or Rashi has been like a really really good one, and I've totally enjoyed each conversation. Each chat has made me think, reflect, even cry for that matter. Being very very honest about it, and yeah, so I think it's a great lucky accident, and I think that's what defines my life. If I may want to. Um,
So talk to me a little bit more about that. And I do want to say that there are no coincidences. So
mhm.
no lucky accidents. This is meant to be. I'm getting a lot from you, and I'm happy that I can contribute in some way in your life. So delighted about that. And that's what it's about, right? The interconnections. So tell me more about what you were saying.
About lucky accidents.
Hmm. I know
Okay,
about, yeah, yeah,
lucky accidents, right?
yeah, lucky accidents. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm just thinking, where do I backtrack? Clearly, I haven't scripted this, and I don't have a
Good,
narrative. Okay,
good.
so if I were to count the number of blessings in my life that I consider blessings, I mean, everything is a blessing. The fact that I have access to internet connection to be able to talk to people across the world is a blessing by itself. But if I were to tangibilize my blessings, I would say some large ones happened to me purely because there were some lucky accidents that happened to me. So for example, let me go way back to when I was a kid.
Yeah,
So
so
when I was
let's hear your story. Yeah.
yeah, so when I was two, my parents, so my parents, my mom and my dad, they are from Haryana, and they grew up in Haryana, and they lived in Haryana. So till I was two, they were still back home in Haryana in a place called Hisar, which is a very small
Yes.
town. I mean, now it's a larger town, but back then it was a very small town. So for some weird reason, my dad doesn't talk about it till date. He decided to move to Delhi when I was two, and my sis was about, I think, 3 4 months or something like that.
Mm.
So accident number one: if my parents didn't move to Delhi, I probably wouldn't be here by
Mm.
now. I mean, if I were back in Haryana, I would have a Garg Kirana Bhandar or something like that. I would have a Wagoner, and I would have like some two kids or probably five kids. I don't know. Yeah. And they would be running around me right now. So the first shift in my life happened when my parents moved from Haryana to Delhi.
Mm.
Lucky accident. I had nothing to do with it, right?
Mm.
Okay, so let me qualify, right? So
Mm.
lucky accidents are things that I didn't have anything to do with. I didn't play a
Mm.
role. I just happened to be at the right place at the right time.
True.
So being born in Haryana was an accident that I couldn't choose. My parents decided that they want to get back to Delhi was an accident. When they came to Delhi, they, being honest, they didn't have a lot of money to sort of support our education, but they ensured that they put us in the best school that they could find, and they knew that in Delhi, government schools aren't great. So they found a private school that they could afford, the
Sure.
biggest school they could afford. They put me and my sis there. And I'm super grateful for that, obviously, because if not that, I wouldn't be again here.
Sure.
So that's that. Then I'm just thinking of more accidents along the way. I don't want to skip too many years. So I grew up as a regular child, I mean, I'm okay. So we always had issues with money, as in money was not abundant, but it was always enough to have a comfort of a roof and comfort of buying video games and mangoes and whatever you want as a child, you had all of that.
Sure.
But we were aware that it was limited.
Right.
Like today, for example, my best friend's daughter, who I call my god daughter, if she today says that she wants a gift worth a couple of lakhs, I mean, we don't even blink an eye and just get that for her.
Right. Right.
Money is not a problem. Back then, we could get expensive gifts and expensive things, but we were always aware that it would take some time for us to get that. Like if I wanted a video game, my parents had to plan for a few months before they could buy that video game for me and my sis, right?
Sure. Sure.
So that was that. So lucky accidents. Then let me just fast forward because that's what I recall. Fast forward to when I was about 18 or 19. I was in a college in Delhi, and I had no clue what to do with my life at that point in time.
Yeah.
I mean that's a question that is still lingering right now. But then it was even more tough, right? So I go to college one of these days, and then one of my classmates is sitting with this fat book on his desk, and it says CAT preparation. And I asked him that, dude, what is this CAT preparation? What are you trying to do here? So he says that this is something that you take. This is an exam that you take. It takes you to good B school, then you get a Naukri after that. This is the time I think when Y2K had just happened and jobs
Sure.
weren't abundant. So this was a good option to while time. I mean, So I wrote. I had like 2-3 months to prepare for it. Wrote CAT. Got a couple of calls from a couple of B schools. Could not convert, but at least I knew that this is the direction that I want to sort of take in life. So prepared for a year for CAT and then went to MDI. Now,
Sure.
Shiva, this is super important for me to put forth when I talk to anybody or whoever. So if this was Saurabh when he went to MDI 2 years probably took me to like a different plane altogether. So,
Okay, so it was so life-changing for you.
I mean, I'm saying that if I didn't go to MDI, I would still have Garg Bartan Bhandar probably in Delhi, and if not 5 kids, 2 kids, and if not a wagon, a scooter or a Chetak for sure. So same thing, right? Before I went to MDI, I was one of those people who was अंधों में काना राजा, Hindi. I don't know what's the English.
हाँ, मैं हिंदी बहुत अच्छी तरह से जानती हूँ. अंधों में काना राना तो बहुत राजा तो बहुत.
Because I always went to a small school, small locality, middle class locality. So I was amongst the better ones there, right?
Right.
So to me, my world was always this much. And in that world, I was the king. So there was nothing that I could do. Suddenly, I go to MDI. My roommate is a topper from BITS Pilani. It's a fancy school. The guy next to me in the hostel is a topper from IIT Delhi. My first friend that I made was a topper from this college called CBS in Delhi again. So suddenly, from being the king in a small world, a big fish in a very tiny pond, I was this tiny, insignificant fish in like the ocean of the world.
So reality check हुआ.
More than reality check, it was. I think. Okay, reality check is an interesting word. To me, it was more like I was inspired that मियाँ में इतना कुछ है करने को और आपने सिर्फ इतना explore किया है. So now this is when lucky accident, right? So MDI was itself a lucky accident. Now when I went there, so it's funny now, but back then it was scary. So I had come from a background wherein I was always the best student. Extracurriculars, co-curriculars, academics. I mean, think of a thing, and I was amongst them. I could sing. I was singing in my school band, school choir. I used to play drums. I mean, I was like one of those, right? जिन लोगों के वो फिल्म बनती है ना, that hero होता है.
सब बिल्कुल all rounder हो गए ना.
I was that, right? But MDI में I was nobody, and I was young and I was brash and I was how do I put it? I'm from Delhi, right? So तू जानता नहीं मेरा बाप कौन है, right? So when I went to MDI, I was like, यार, if there are so many cool people, I may not be able to beat them in their past accolades. I can't go back to IIT Delhi and top that institute. But what I can do is I can do really well in academics at MDI. So in the first semester, it's a 6-trimester course at MDI. So in the first trimester, I worked very, very hard. As in, I was up for like 18 hours a day, and I did very, very hard. And then, when the exam results came out after the first trimester, I remember I was 70th in a class of 120 people.
Okay.
So this is when I was like, "Ye dude, इतनी मेहनत कर ली है, उसके बाद ही 70 आ रहा हूँ, so I don't want to study anymore." So I ensured that I will only do enough to pass my exams, and
Right.
I'll broaden my horizons and participate into everything that I can imagine. So from there on, I went and was part of a cultural committee, business school, business competition committees,
Mhm.
and think of a thing that happens beyond academics. I was part of that. So alumni committee and placement committee and this and that. Matlab, I was all over the place, and this is when the real education started happening, because I was not reading what was being taught in the class, but I was actually uh, consuming real life problems, and I was trying to solve them while I was a student for the college. So I managed the entire test. I managed the management, what do you call it, event wherein we get these speakers from various companies. So that lucky accident actually taught me the value of multitasking, and that is one thing that has sort of stayed with me till now. Till today, I juggle multiple things. Right, you know it. I run a podcasting piece, I run a
Yes.
news piece, I do brand consulting, I write my own work. So all these things are actually probably ingrained to me
So
from.
question as a reflection more than anything else is, so now that you have your hands full with multiple things, your focus on each and all of them is 100%?
Absolutely not. Zero. Answer is, in fact, that is one of the biggest challenges that I face in life today. That everybody I meet, including you and Rashi and everybody who's more learned than me, they tell me that, dude, तुम इतने सारी चीजें कर रहे हो. How do you focus on those things? Now I don't have an answer, but if I could try to justify it to you, let me try to justify it to you. Assuming Shiba is my boss and she's asking me, तुम क्या कर रहे हो? I'm trying to justify it to Shiba.
Well,
So I'd say that my focus may not be on the output. Podcasting is an output, film is an output, book is an
correct.
output. My focus may not be on output, but my focus is on input. What I want to do is I want to grow people around me. So
Mm.
each of these things that I do, I'm super lucky. Like I said, lucky to have a lot of people who sort of trust me, who believe me, and who
Right.
tell me that sort of aap mujhe direction do, I will run with it. So
Mm.
so so to me, when I say that I run a podcasting company, I do not work on it on a day-to-day basis. I have put
Mm.
in place a team that actually does that, and
Mm.
my role is to sort of mentor the team, try to grow them,
Mm.
and try to make them atmanirbhar, if I can
Mm.
use Mr.
Mm.
Modi's language. So idea is that I want to grow people, and I
Mm.
really believe in this maxim that says, if I've seen further, I have been able to stand on the shoulders of giants. So
Right.
I am hoping to create giants.
Mm.
And tomorrow, when they are big, I'm sure they will take care of me when I'm old. So that's the intention with which I'm sort of running my life. So
Okay.
every piece I do is headed by somebody else.
Mm.
I just mentor them, and I hope that they will not forget me when I'm
I-
old and they
I'm
are.
sure they will not forget you at all, Saurav. So, ठीक है, इसके बाद किया आपने, and you
So,
did MDI. MDI के बाद you worked, and some things, and this is really like defining moments for you.
yeah,
What are the others? Where did you go after?
yeah.
What were the learnings?
So okay, MDI happened. MDI may I realized that okay. Let me just also give you a simple anecdote. So when this interview for MDI happened, right? Because
Yeah, yeah,
before you get to a B school, they try to do multiple rounds of interview, right?
sure,
There is ED and there is a personal interview, and they
right.
ask GK. So Shiva, at that point in time, when I was interviewing for I could not speak in English very well. I
Okay.
remember most of my interview happened in English. So somebody asked me, tell us about yourself, and I would break down. I would not be able to construct one sentence in English well. So to
Mm.
me, I clearly knew that that was a limitation with me. To live in this new broadened world that I had just seen, I had to improve on the
Sure,
language. So
sure.
those 2 years at MDI, while I did all the other co-curricular things, extracurricular things, I also try to work on my English. So
Mm.
what did I do for that is I read like a crazy man. Like I would
Mm.
only read. I would not do anything but read.
Mm.
So no films, no entertainment, but only reading. And I
Mm.
started with obvious suspects like
Mm.
Chetan Bhagat, for
Mm.
example. I mean,
Mm.
easy to read,
Sure,
interesting story, keeps you hooked. We may or may not like him, but to me, he's been a big influence. Then I read things like Jeffrey Archer. I mean, easy reads, right?
sure, sure.
I did
Yeah.
not read those heavy books that would make me think. I just read for the pleasure of reading
Mm.
and for getting comprehension as an English language.
Mm.
I also started to write a blog around that time.
Mm.
Now, a blog is a simple like a website where you update on a daily basis. So I
Mm.
was sending updates, and if I look back at my posts from 2004 and 2005, I cringe at those. Ki एक तो लैंग्वेज बहुत सैड है,
Mm-hmm.
जो थॉट प्रोसेस है वो बहुत सैड है. I'm reflect at it and I'm like कि यार ये मैं कैसे था, मतलब like you have become. So so just to add on to what you're saying, so for me this new world opened up, so I wanted to explore the entire world. Second thing I did was that I realized that this language of communication that I have is super limiting, so I had to break out of that. So English happened. I may not be a great orator today, I may not have a great vocabulary, but I think I can hold audiences when I speak in English now. So
Absolutely.
I've come a long way from that. So that's the other thing that happened. The third thing that I had that I didn't do back then, and I should have done, to be honest, is I should have invested a little more on relationships. So you know it, and then obviously, I mean, I'm happy to talk about this. But last 1 year has been very, very tough on me in terms of my work and the way I look at the world. And Shiba, when tough times are around, you need people to sort of support you, back you, and be
Sure.
with. मेरे केस में शिवा, the people that came forth and helped me were the ones that I knew for like last, 15-20 years from MDI. Now, if I had little more, if I had done little more work to nurture those relationships, I would have had an army of people who wanted to help me. But I just had like 2 or 3. Grateful for those people. If I didn't have those people, I would probably be in a far different mind space compared to where I am right now. But I think if I mean, I'm nobody to give lessons, but if I could give lessons to people here, I think there's a quote by a guy called Naval Ravikant.
Yeah.
That is what I live by. It says, play long-term games with long-term people. Long-term games is as in you and I want to be friends, business partners, associates,
Sure.
etc. for the rest of our lives. And long-term people is that you should be able to identify that, this one person is somebody who would be able to stay with me for the rest of my life. So that filter is now very, very sure in my head that every person I meet, automatically I try to slot them that, is this person going to be a long-term friend connection for me or not? If I have an inkling that wo ho sakta hai, I do a lot to ensure that I nurture that relationship.
Sure.
So
Sure.
I'm not doing it
That's
from
very, very interesting. Very interesting, Saurabh.
so not my original thought, Naval
No,
Ravikant.
you're acting on it, no? That's
Absolutely.
amazing.
So,
Yeah.
like I was just finishing that, Shiba, I don't do it from either an altruistic motive or a selfish motive. I am somebody who wants to just throw my darts. I want to maximize the odds of success. So if by being a little more polite, if by being a little more giving, if by being a little more open about the way I live my life, if I can create and nurture long-term relationships, why not? Plus, if I'm lying to you and lying to somebody else and lying to third person, in my head I'm just thinking कि यार शिबा को मैंने क्या बोला था, राशि को मैंने क्या बोला था, याद ही नहीं है. But if I'm very honest, I'm very sure that, Shiva, the story that I tell you is the same story that I would tell a Rashi or somebody else. So at least I am peaceful, clear, better in my head that this is how I want to operate my life. So
Absolutely.
something that I would probably do if I can go back to MDI. This is what I tell each of the young kids that I work with, that long-term games, long-term people, honesty, etc., etc. So that's that. The other thing that has happened to me, again, going back to the track of lucky accident in life, right? So MDI ke baad, I got placed into GE. I mean the GE, and I think the biggest mistake of my life, because I don't belong to a big company, to be honest. As in, I'm a little more free spirited compared to what those structures demand of you, right? And nothing wrong with it, right? To create large organizations, you need
a certain kind of people. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. And then there are people who thrive in that, right? My best friend, for example, he works with Cadbury's, Mondelez, and they're a very structured company, right? And he does very well there. I mean, makes a lot of money, wins all the awards, and you know what I'm saying. So there's that's my best friend, and he and I keep fighting about it all the time. I tell him that कहाँ तू office में log in कर रहा है 4 घंटे 5 घंटे, and then he tells me, why are you struggling about you want to buy a car but you don't have the money. If you were Cadbury's, you could have just told the HR and they would have got you a great offer. Those arguments happen, right, with friends.
Right.
So the point I was trying to make is I went to GE and I realized that it was a very, very wrong place for me to be at. And the day I joined them, I quit. I mean, again, I didn't quit. They gave me a fat joining bonus, and then money was important to me. Date that bonus accrued to me after exactly 1 year I quit. And when I quit, I didn't have a naukri in my hand, and my parents were asked that, ek to naukri mili hai tumhe, chhod rahe ho, like what the plan. And lucky accident too, I met this guy called Raj Kurup. He runs an agency called Creativeland Asia.
Hmm.
And back then I was looking for a naukri in advertising, and I got two consultants. She got me introduced with 2 3 people.
Hmm.
Everybody wanted to hire me. Raj offered me more money, so I just said,
You took it. Take
yeah,
it. Ah,
yeah. So I joined Raj. It was still
ah.
compared to GE, which is fair enough. I mean, I was okay with that. But I joined Raj, and Shiva, I have to use my hands again. So if this was Saurabh before MDI, this is Saurabh after MDI.
Hmm.
Even this Saurabh after MDI,
Hmm.
Raj took me like even higher. So
Higher. Hmm.
again, a super sea change in the way
Hmm.
I operate.
Hmm.
So like I told you, MDI may before I went to MDI, my world was this.
Hmm.
MDI made this.
Hmm.
Raj made this.
Now,
And
what was that thing? क्या था वो?
they are still an advertising agency. They are amongst
No,
the.
no, not what they do. What was your worldview? How did it change? What happened for you?
Okay, so let me try to articulate. So before MDI, right? I told you I like
I
Garb,
got that before MDI and at MDI. अब
Garb,
इसके बाद क्या
right?
हुआ?
So MDI में जाके realize हुआ कि दुनिया बहुत बड़ी है.
हाँ?
But I was stopped there. I did not know what to do with the dunya. Like I can see a million opportunities out in front of me. I can do this and I can talk to this person. The MDA stamp allows me to talk to whoever in the world I want to. So that is all great. What Raj did to me, and I'm grateful to him, is that he allowed me to, he showed me that how do you grab those? Like so you know that there is a pearl that is lying there in front of you. Now most of us will probably be skeptic कि shit यार किसी और का है, क्या करूं? Should I be picking it up? देख लेगा क्या बोलेगा? So you have those questions in your mind. You're doubting yourself. Do you even deserve it? Like you ask those questions, right? Do I even deserve it? Now Raj was somebody who was again super self-made, quit a large agency to start his smallish creative agency. When I joined him, no, so I was his first employee. He was just setting a different agency, second employee actually, and and I was 24, 25, I don't remember, like very young. So even at that age, Raj said that Saurabh, you're an equal. Like if you walk into a room with me, you're an equal. So at that age, I was going and pitching to the owners of large businesses, which nobody else, at least in my cohort, was doing at that point in time, because you're just junior from
Correct.
age and you're doing multiple things, right? So
Right.
so one thing that Raj did for me for sure was he gave me that confidence कि तुम जैसे भी हो, मतलब घर बर्तन भंडार से हो या ऐसे हो, but you need to believe that you can own the world. The world is out there for you to take. So that's a confidence that he gave me. That is one. And he just didn't talk about it. He actually showed it. Like I remember, I mean, I should not talk about this on video. I'll ask him for his permission before this goes live. So he said back then, he said that I want to set up my agency as a youth brand. And he said that this is 2007, 7 or 8. I'm not sure the exact time. So he said, I want this agency to be a youth-centric agency. And this time, Cafe Coffee Day was just coming up as a in the country. He said that I want to get Cafe Coffee Day as a client for my agency because it will position us as a youth brand. Now, imagine thinking about getting a certain client, finding the connections, going to pitch to them, winning the account, and doing a fabulous job. Till date, they had Cafe Coffee Day. It's been like what 10, 12 years now. But he said that मैं ये करूँगा. उसने वो करके दिखाया, and then he's still doing that. So to me, that was the lesson and value
Amazing.
in that guy, right? So that is, I mean, the multiple things that I was with him for 2 years, to be honest, but he did a lot of things for me. So like he was the first guy to have taken. I mean, he took me to Cannes way back in 2006 or 7. I don't remember my first international trip, so I always will remember that in my life. And he had no reason to take me. I was not a creative guy. I was very new to this system. I wasn't sure that I'll stay with him. So he took me, and then he actually showed me ये दुनिया ऐसी होती है. इंडिया में सुना था कि IBM US में एक कंपनी है, Starbucks की कॉफी मिलती है बाहर जाके. But the guy who actually took me, like he didn't just make me dream, but he actually showed me how to fulfill those dreams.
Fabulous.
So that is what Raj
did for you.
Yeah, and until date, I'm grateful. I meet him often once. I mean, he's super busy now, but I try to meet him whenever I can. And until date, he tells me कि तुम कहाँ घूम रहे हो? मेरा घर वापस आ जाओ. Like I don't think I belong there anymore because they're far bigger and far better than who I am. But I'm grateful to Raj for doing that. Lucky accident, right? I never planned to meet Raj. I just meeting advertising agency guys, and I picked him because he offered me more money.
So, अच्छा ठीक है. And after that, now you're at a place where you're doing few things different. You have the podium as a podcast. What else are you doing?
Okay, so it's a tough one. Again, a tough one. My life is about tough questions. Let me try to answer. Okay, so what I use, what I do is on a day-to-day basis to make my money. Bread and butter comes from a business called C4E.
Hmm.
We started as an events agency, but thanks to COVID, events is shut. So we had to pivot to doing content and marketing and
Correct.
social media and strategy. So now C4E is an agency that does brand strategy for multiple other clients. So
Fabulous.
so we do it in two ways. I go as a consultant, I go as an individual consultant to those people and give them gyan. And two, I take on projects as an agency and I deliver to those people. So I have a, so that's the bread and butter for me.
Yeah.
Now, and this has been true for last 4 or 5 years. Since I've started C4E, every time I made big profits, I didn't buy a car, I didn't buy a
Yeah.
house. I
Yeah.
put that chunk out and say that I would put money behind one young person and tell that
Yeah, it's
person,
amazing, Saurabh. Yeah. Yeah.
right? So
So
since
go ahead, tell me. You put money behind one young person. Go ahead.
so each time I made a big chunk of profit, I said I will invest this into one young person. So far I have made money like 5 6 times in my life, like big chunk of money. So I have supported 5 6 people like that. So
Hmm.
now I'll just talk about each of those. Uh, can you hear me, Shiva? I don't see your screen anymore.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And I can see you.
Sorry. Yeah, there was a pop-up. Sorry about this.
No worries.
So first thing, I was saying that I would support these young people. So the first young person I want to talk about is a lady called Prakruti. She is what 27, 28. I don't know how old she is. But again, lucky accident. So on Twitter, I said that hey, I'm a book writer and I want to meet other people who talk about books. She responded to my tweet, came to meet me. First time I met her, I was like, ये कैसी लड़की है, इससे कौन बात करेगा? And
Hmm.
today together we run this platform called Purple Pencil Project when we do book reviews, we talk to book authors, and we want to
Purple Pencil Project.
Purple Pencil Project. So we do book reviews, we do author interviews, and so on and so forth. The larger intention there is at P3, we call it P3 internally. At P3 is that we want to be the largest database of Indian literature. So,
Hmm.
for example, Shiva, if I asked you that, आप कहाँ से Shiva, what is the background? Which place do you belong to? Like which part of the country do you belong
Oh,
to?
I am Delhi actually because we've come from my grandparents have come from Pakistan, no? After
Oh,
the
Lahore. My super grandparents came from Lahore.
Lahore and Miawali and all that.
So argument's sake, you were still a Urdu speaking, family argument's sake, right? Now if I
Urdu, Hindi, Punjabi.
yeah, so if I asked you that, okay, Punjabi, if I asked you who is the best author of Punjabi language, most people will struggle to answer that, even though you come from Punjab, arguments. Like people who
Hmm.
come from Tamil Nadu will not know who's the best Tamil writer.
Hmm. Hmm.
People like us, you and me. My parents will probably know, a different generation will know, but this generation doesn't know. So
Hmm.
at P3, we are trying to solve for that, and we want to create a Indian language,
Hmm.
not database, but a library of Indian language content and information around it. We don't want those to die. You know what I'm
Very
saying?
lovely. That's
So that,
lovely.
that's the large part there. So
Hmm.
P3 today is a team of 3 people. I mean, Prakruti and there are 2 more people that support her. I support it today on a day-to-day basis in terms of money. Prakruti manages on day-to-day basis in terms of editorial, vision, etc., etc. And so that's the first kid that I supported. Let me call them kids. So that's one. The other kid that I supported is this girl called Shika. She runs a website called the Red Sparrow. So that's Purple Pencil. This is Red Sparrow, and
Right.
Sparrow is exactly similar but for films. And the entire idea is that we want to give a platform to aspiring filmmakers to interact with other established filmmakers. So in
Hmm.
that platform, what we've done is we've done interviews, we've done live sessions, we've done
That's
cooking
that's
classes,
brilliant. Yeah.
so on and so forth. So that's the second large investment that I made. Then I made one investment with a gentleman called Sujoy. It was around travel. Same thing around travel. It
Hmm.
didn't do well. I had to shut down, so that's out of the window. Then I made another investment called Grey Pixel in somebody who wanted to do around photography and videography. So that's struggling, to be honest right now. I don't know where it will go. And Podium is what you know about. So these are
Yes.
the 5 big ones that I had. And then apart from that, Shiva, what I've also done is I mean, there have been a couple of more that I've shut. I don't know if it makes sense to talk about those. Like there was one that was about recycling paper and creating a brand of stationery that could be sold to corporates. Like in a big company, you need tons of paper, right? And you typically print on one side and waste the other side. So what happens
Yeah.
to the other side? So
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
want to tackle that and
Oh,
create a
super. Your ideas are amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
so I if okay, here's the thing. If I were to write a biography of mine today, like today,
Yeah.
I would call myself the ideas man.
The ideas,
There's
man.
a this book is called this is actually the title of biography of a guy called Paul Allen, one
Yeah,
of my
Paul Allen.
co-founder.
Yeah.
And when I read about him, I feel that he and I are so similar, man. Like he's got ideas that are in sports and science and music and space and art, and he's done everything in the world. And I think I should be like a Paul Allen at some point in time in life. So that's what I've been doing, and in fact I continue to support this. So like last 1 or 2 years have been tough for me in terms of money and work. So it's been tough. But now that things are coming back on track, I'm already looking for the next opportunity. Like I'm
Fantastic.
all over the place. Right? In fact, Shiva, one of the conversations we had, you and I had
Yeah.
offline, we spoke about this thing called movement.
Yeah.
So I can see that this movement has to happen, and I enjoy when I'm causing atoms to collide to each other. And if you track back a bit, Shiva, sorry, I mean I'm talking a lot, right? But okay.
But you are meant to. This is your space. You have to talk.
So if you track back, do you realize that what I'm trying to do here? I'm trying to cause lucky accidents for other people as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just being the catalyst wherein those accidents can happen, and none of these have to come back to me and give me either a validation or my
Sure.
fame. In fact, if this goes out on YouTube, Shiva, this would be the first ever like video of mine on the internet.
It will go out on YouTube. People.
Damn.
Yeah. This.
Damn.
No, so these are acts of generosity, and therefore it's a way of being, and it must be talked about. People must know that there are ways of being which are different, right? Go ahead.
I have a very small comment to make here. So I don't do this from a generosity perspective.
I understand.
I'm a very selfish human being, yeah.
I understand that too.
So I know that Saurabh Garg as an individual has very limited capability. I am not the best writer. I'm not the best marketer. I'm not the best. I'm not best at anything. But what I do know is long-term games, long-term people. I know that if I grow people, tomorrow they will be able to support me. Out of these 10 bachas that I have, if one of them supports me, I think I will die a happy man. So it's not generosity, Shiva. I want to just put that.
It's just an investment, right?
Absolutely, it's an investment, and an investment in people more than anything else. Like कल को अगर idea बंद हो गया, I still want to be friends with those people. Obviously, it doesn't happen that often. Like in fact, one of the things that I was doing on did not end up well. I mean, the lady and I ended up fighting with each other, which is okay. I was more sad about the fact that she and I are no longer friends than about the money that had gone down the drain or time that had gone down that. So to me, people are more important, to be honest.
Yeah. So when you say people are more important, I mean, this is one of my favorite. मैं हिंदी में बात कर रही हूँ. लंबी रेस का घोड़ा जो होता है ना, उसके हाँ. तो एक तरह तो ये है, and you're doing and you're investing in people. Yet you feel very bad when things sour. So ये क्या है? I mean, if it is just an investment or there's nothing linked to it, there's no emotion in it, there's nothing. So Phil, what is this? Why do you feel bad?
Yeah, so let me abstract, right? So argument's sake, let me talk of Red Sparrow, argument's sake. So Shikha is an individual that I'm trying to help create Red Sparrow, right? Tomorrow, after a year, we realize that Red Sparrow is not working out and we'll chuck it, right? Now, after we chuck Red Sparrow, if Shikha and I have some friends, tomorrow we can create a purple, hippo, for example, like we can create whatever after that. So Shikha and I need to be friends for the rest of our life, right? So this Red Sparrow is, I'm detached to it. What I'm attached to very emotionally is this thing called Shikha Jain. Like to me, that's important. Similarly, you and me, right? Now this podcast could stop tomorrow. This conversation can stop today. But the fact that this interaction with Shiva brought me a step closer to her as an individual. To me, that individual is a lot more important. Now, the example that I mentioned that that relationship went sour, investment is okay. I mean, that didn't work out is fine. But the fact that I am no longer friends with her and I cannot call her and gossip about somebody else. Like, she was a friend, right?
Of course, yeah.
So she and I, our favorite activity was that she will call me and she'll say, "Acha Saurabh, मेरे पास ना 5 minutes है, 7 minutes है, like 7, 8, like random. Let's gossip." And like, and she'll say, "Acha, इसने ये किया, इसने ये किया, इसने ये किया." I don't know those people, right? But to me, that ability to talk to people without any filters, and I could be myself, and I know that this will stay between her and me. To me, that is far more important. So now that is me. I am not attached to the output. But tomorrow, if Shikha is attached to Red Sparrow, and when Red Sparrow like goes bust, maybe Shikha is somebody who will come back to me and say, "Saurabh, teri galti thi, tune nahi kiya." So at that time, I don't know what to do, right? I mean, she could be more attached to Red Star. I'm not attached, but maybe she is, right?
Mm,
So,
mm.
so that is my quick answer. So to me, people are more important. Like I cannot disappoint people who have put their faith in me. So
Very
if
interesting what you're saying. And I would encourage and ask you to do some processing around this, because there are some very interesting things you're saying that seem to be contradictory but are not. And so knitting it together for yourself, for your own narrative, might be something useful at some point in time. Tell me, Saurabh, in all the things that you do, when the chips are down, what do you fall back on? What's the adage you live by?
so got this. So multiple things. In fact, this entire 1 year has okay. Apart from this 1 year,
Yeah.
I don't think chips were down for me ever. I'm lucky like that. Matlab,
Okay,
I've seen
fabulous.
I've seen ups and downs, right? Everybody sees ups and downs,
Right.
personally, professionally,
Hmm.
money, health. सब में ऊपर नीचे होता है, right?
बिल्कुल,
But this,
बिल्कुल।
apart from this COVID year, no, Shiva,
ऐसा
I've
नहीं
never
हुआ।
had a challenge. Like I told you, right?
Yeah,
Lucky
you
I
told me.
so I quit Raj,
Yeah.
got another lucky break with another gentleman who made my life even higher.
Higher. Hmm.
Quit that guy, did my startup, didn't work out, which is fine. Met another guy who took me another level, right? So in my life, I've been super lucky with things. So apart from this 1 year, I haven't had to fall back on things. So that's my first submission, answer, whatever you want to call it. One. Second, what do I fall back on? Let me think about this, and I'm thinking and processing right now. So A is that I like to be alone. So if things don't go well for me, uh, I don't want a shoulder. I don't want to go to somebody, like I don't want to go to my girlfriend or my best friend or whoever, my parents for that matter, or my sis. I don't want to go to anybody and cry on their shoulders. I believe in that, right? There's a famous quote that goes, um, uh, "Walk in the rain so that nobody can see your tears." There's a good quote, right?
Hmm.
So I'm
Hmm.
one of those.
Hmm.
So if I'm sad, no, I will cut off myself from the entire world. Um, and here's the thing: I will not lock myself in a room. I
Hmm.
will still be out and about, but I will be by myself.
Hmm.
I'll go to a Starbucks, sit there for like 2 hours, read a book. Uh, I am sorry to admit this, but I watched Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma as my
Why
guilty
are you
pleasure.
so?
It's my guilty pleasure, right? So
I
so
enjoy it. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so when chips are down, if it's a small incident like today, for example, आपसे बात करते करते नेट बंद हो गया, I'll be screwed in my head कि यार ये क्या हुआ. So I'll just watch Tarak Mehta and I'll be okay. But if it's a long term thing, let's say पैसे नहीं है और मेरे को उधार मांगना पड़ गया, so उस time पे obviously to me the escape typically tends to be either going on a long drive. I don't have a vehicle, so I need to borrow cars, which is okay. I can do that. But answer is that I try to be alone by myself, and that is first thing that helps me. Second thing is that Shiba, I've been writing super consistently since at least 2004. So it's been 16 years that I've been writing, and I write at multiple places. The one is a public blog that I write, is a private notes that I make for myself. So every time things don't work for me, I try to write those, and I try to capture those, articulate those. Uh, I don't want to admit this to other people, but often I don't read what I've written.
That's fair enough.
So let's say today was a day when I was like super mad in my head. I would write something. It would be very angsty, ranty post, but I would not, go back and read it. But to me, in my head, at least I've dumped it out, so I'm okay with that. That's the second thing. Third, Shiva, I have to admit that I am one of those weirdos that nothing affects me. I sleep well. Like I remember first time in my life I took udhar from somebody. Like first time in my life, in my entire life, I've never taken money from somebody. First time in life, I called somebody and said that I can't pay my rent. Can you give me money? The guy said no, and I knew that that was the guy that I could count on any day in my entire life. So when that happened, it hit me at two places. A, I was taking udhar, like ego was getting hurt, and B, rejection. From somebody that you knew that would not reject you. So that was probably the darkest moment of my life. And उसके बाद मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, चुपचाप मैंने तारक मेहता लगाया और मैं सो गया. Next day when I woke up, I was absolutely okay. So I can sleep off everything and anything. So
That's great. That's
third thing.
great resilience, power of bouncing back. That's
I don't know.
fabulous.
पता नहीं, I don't know. Maybe हरियाणा के लोग ऐसे होते हैं कि चलो देखी जाएगी. So that
Ancestry पे डाल दो.
no. So I have to tell you this, right? I have to tell you this. This didn't come out in the conversation, but when I was born, the pandit in the family said that ये जो आदमी है, ये जो बच्चा है, इसका यश तीनों लोकों में फैलेगा.
वाह, क्या बात है.
exactly.
More
So
power to you. क्या बात है?
my
Fabulous.
grandfather asked me, my grandfather said कि पंडित तेरे को और पैसे चाहिए क्या? तो पंडित क्या है कि मैंने तुम्हारे फैमिली के बहुत बच्चे जीने हैं, मतलब like he is like a
हाँ,
पंडित. He said this is a unique dude that has come into
क्या
your family.
बात है?
So I've lived
Fabulous.
that life, hoping वो कब होगा पता नहीं, आजकल पर.
ऑलरेडी हो रहा है वो तीनों लोक में तो कभी कभी दिखता नहीं ना तीसरा लोक.
So I'm spending my entire life preparing for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I am the king, I'll sit like this and say, bring angur and I eat angur from a Devdas or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that. And the last thing I have to mention, like आपने पूछा what do you do when the chips are down, right? So like I said, I want to be by myself, so that's a base thing. Then I would want to go for a drive, or I want to like sleep it off, and and write obviously on top of it. The last thing is that, like Shiva, I just said I'm lucky to have tons of people who support me, who have supported me and who like me to do well. So I call them my board. I mean, like the way companies have board, I have a thing called personal board. So there are few people that are part of that, and if I need specific help, I reach out to them. So for example, my sis is part of that board.
Yes.
She's with me. She's a part of the board. There's another lady called Vanita. She lives in Malaysia. She's part of that board. Akshay, my partner at Podium, is part of the board. So I have like some 7-8 people who are part of this like super close board. When I go to them and ask them, "Yaar, ye ho gaya hai, batao kya karna hai?" And what I've done is, this part we should edit out. What I've done is that in the board, what I've done is each person knows one part of my life. So like my friend who's a doctor, Ashima, so she only knows my personal issues, like my girlfriends and my, like physical personal issues. So when I fight with my girlfriend, I go to Ashima and crib with her, for example. When I need money, I go and crib to Vanita. When I want to talk about my parents and my family, I go to my sis, for example. But ऐसे करते करते मेरे पास मेरी पूरी लाइफ में मेरे पास बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो मेरा सपोर्ट स्ट्रक्चर है. So I go to them and I just get over it. So I think so, yeah. So Shiva, here's the thing, right? In one line, when the chips are down, what do I do? Chips are never down, Shiva. I mean, they're never ever down. This too shall pass, right? अगर अच्छे दिन नहीं है तो बुरे दिन भी नहीं रहेंगे. So I'm one of those believers in that. So chips are not down for me ever.
Good. I'm really happy to hear that. And so, अच्छा, अब आप मुझे ये बताओ कि I believe, Saurabh, and we're coming to the close of our conversation also, as each individual has something unique to offer,
Yeah.
to humankind, a gift. What is your gift?
I have thought a lot about it. The answer may seem rehearsed, and for other people who may watch this, Shiva didn't throw this question at me beforehand. So Shiva, my answer is that I don't know my gift or not, but let me articulate differently. So what is my purpose? Why am I here? Like, like in the grand scheme of things, why am I on planet Earth? Why did Saurabh take birth? What was the grand plan of, I don't believe in God, but universe to put something called Saurabh here? So the answer is, Shiva, I stand for opportunities and I exist to create opportunities in lives of other people. That's it.
Wonderful.
Now, and every act that I've done seems to go back to this. And like bad example, aapka podcast. You are already doing sessions on Zoom and you wanted to find an audio way of doing it. So I didn't play a large role, but I ensured that you moved a needle from being where you were like a tiny.
Stop. You played a large role.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You played a large role.
Appreciate that. Thank you. But it won't be possible singularly by me. You had to do something. Somebody else had to do something. But I was part of the team that made it happen, right?
Sure.
So I created one more opportunity for you.
Absolutely.
Similarly for Prakruti and Shikha and Saurabh and Yoshi and everybody that I am with, I've created an opportunity for them, right? And yeah, so that's where I am. In fact, my published life goal is that I want to impact 1 billion lives. वो कैसे होगा मुझे पता नहीं है, but it's published, it's on my website.
You are well on your way.
I hope so. मतलब at least 2-3 तो मैंने कर दिए हैं. I'm sure I'm कर दिए हैं. Like people have come back to me and said that Saurabh, if not for you, we wouldn't be here. मतलब like I have to. I don't want to take credit for it. It happened because of one of my babies, one of my websites. A guy wrote to me and said that Saurabh, if not for this dash website that you run, I would have killed myself. To me, that day was validation of last 7 years of effort and work. Like imagine I prevented one guy from
committing suicide.
Yeah, man, it was insane. It was like when he told me, I was dumbfounded. I did not know what to do, and I was like shocked beyond belief because I treat life as a not a joke, but I am very very easy going. मतलब मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता लोग क्या बोलते हैं. Like you and I have spoken often, right? कि our common friend thinks that I am a fool, and another common friend thinks that I am the greatest person alive. So I don't get affected by the negatives. But when somebody like that comes to you, you start, you know, rethinking कि यार what is it that you did to him?
Absolutely.
ऐसा क्या कर दिया मैंने कि उस आदमी ने he's just tethered his entire life to one of the things that not me but other people together have done. But to me that is validation, man. So that's one person that at least I have made a change to. So I need to do it for 999999 more people.
वो सब होता रहेगा. And you
हाँ.
already, not everybody could be in that extreme situation, but you don't know how you have impacted already so many lives. Saurabh.
Absolutely. It could be small, it could be large. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that I'm going
yeah.
to make them like kings, but I have to make. So okay, here's the thing. When I die, okay, here's the thing. When I die, it's a dark thing to talk about. When I die,
Death is not dark for me at all.
no, so dark as in
चलो
okay,
बोलो बोलो. When you die.
when I die, okay, when I die, I want a billion people to say, यार ये आदमी ने ना मेरे लिए कुछ किया.
क्या बात.
That's it. That's it. Like obviously once I'm dead, I don't care वो क्या बोल रहे, अच्छा बोल रहे, खराब बोल रहे, but yeah. And let me just talk about death as well in like a 10 seconds. When I say dark, I don't mean it from the fact that I'm scared of it. I'm not scared of it. The answer is that मेरे को ना शिवा इतने सपने हैं लाइफ में ना कि मुझे लगता है कि death is a limiting factor for me. So
Sure.
like I have let's say 40 more years to live. Arguments about I don't know how maybe 400 years depending on science. But इतने
Yeah, exactly.
वो है ना हजारों ख्वाहिशें ऐसी हर ख्वाहिश में दम निकले like I have to do
बहुत निकले मेरे अरमान लेकिन फिर भी कम
कम
निकले.
निकले वो कम निकलेंगे because there's a clock that is dangling right so which is okay I mean but ये है कि अगर मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा तो जो मेरे बच्चे हैं वो तो करें so I want to grow them so मेरे मतलब how do I put it that germ has to go
Fabulous.
so yeah that
And I wish you every success and great power as you carry on with your mission.
Thank you so much.
In life. And I want to again acknowledge the fact that you've done so much even for Soul Brews with Shiva in terms of the way you continue to publish and support, and that's huge, Saurabh. And you're probably doing this for a lot of people. And also not taking a lot of credit, but I believe you should stop and take some credit, because then you'll role model for others that it's okay to take credit. नहीं तो सभी लोग credit नहीं लेंगे तो उनके लिए अच्छा भी नहीं होगा ना.
a long answer, but I hear you. I would have given you a very long answer, but I know we are running out of time. This is probably the longest conversation I've had about myself with anybody ever, man. Like I don't talk about myself ever. So apart from my blog, obviously. So that is where I'm thinking. So I hear you. I will talk about it to you offline about few things.
Wonderful. I look forward to it. Yeah.
Any closing remarks, Shiva? I don't know how you close.
I would like you to have. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No. So here's the thing, right? Like I said, I don't want to. Okay. Let me think. So I don't want this to come across as I don't want to come across as a cool person. Like, I'm cool nahi banna hai. I'm very. This is how I am, right?
Absolutely.
This is how I am. So that's one. Second is if I could reach out to more people. I mean, if this goes to more people, if they want to take one lesson away from this interaction,
What do you think it would
the
be?
lesson would be that long-term games, long-term people, and get your ego out of the way. Like most of my battles with people have been wherein you get attached to a third-party idea, a small thing, and you battle over it. Like religion ले लो आप, arguments, religion ले लो, politics ले लो, sports ले लो. Like लोग बोलते हैं sports unite करता है, but sports also make wedges a partition between people who support different teams. So do not get attached to the ego if that is one thing that I can leave, and that's where I am. And yeah, life is beautiful, man, and you should totally enjoy it. And if there is anything that I can do to help anybody who's listening, I'm very accessible. Just Google for Saurabh Garg. I have to be the first person there and to support whoever comes my way.
And I want to reiterate and highlight that is true for all those who are listening, that if there is something that you need support with, Saurabh is a great guy to reach out to and to talk to, and tremendous amount of ideas and support that he could give you. So don't hesitate.
Ideas. Super.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Saurabh. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. And you take care, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you very much indeed for having a soul brew with me.
Thank you. And soda for you, for me. Not
That's right.
See you.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye,
Bye.
bye, Saurabh. Thanks so much. Bye. Bye.